I'm Jordi Baeta. I'm part of the Avery Dennison team, Intelligent Labels, RFID. I've been in the company for the last 15 years. My main activity has been to promote and help the adoption of these intelligent labels technologies in the market. And today we are going to talk about our vision on how is going to be these connected products in the next and the future. Okay, probably it's quite a trending topic, the Internet of Things. Okay, but if you take the reality today, Internet of Things is limited to quite intelligent devices. You can pair your mobile phone with your car system or your heating system at home and controlling from your iPhone the heating system. But this is only on intelligent device to intelligent device. We have other vision for more dummy things, and we are now giving you some ideas of something that is already available today and what we are working with to have available in the near future. So the topics we are talking about is Janela. Janela is a platform that allows the connection of the physical identity of the products with the digital profile of the products. Okay, then we have NFC silicon-based, the traditional silicon NFC technology that is being used nowadays to engage this customer interaction. Then we will talk about a bit the near future, which is the pragmatic low-cost NFC, which is the idea is to bring the NFC to a lower cost to allow these ideas making happen on a broader range of products, on consumer goods, where we believe silicon cost is still too high. And finally, we're talking about Williot. It's another extreme of the scope, is intelligent labels based on giving more functionality to the products with sensing and other capabilities at other cost level and probably in another time scale. Okay? So, sorry for that. Why we believe in this connected products idea? You know, it's an evidence that the mobile interaction is more and more in our lives. Probably if you have kids, you know better than me that is happening every day. Important thing is not only impacting most of our daily activities, also is impacting our shopping experience. Okay, and it's not restricted to online shopping. It's also related to brick and mortar shopping. There is some numbers here that shows that when you when you walk the shop, in most instances, you want also to reinforce the experience with your digital, with your mobile device, because you are going to search for other products, know which are the let's say the comments of other people that is using this product in the social network. So there is this interaction. So in the past, the digital identity of a product was just a fingerprint. It's an ID technology. But nowadays, it's more an interaction with this digital profile of a product. Okay, this chart shows how it works. You have the physical interactions on the different sales stages or consumer interactions. And on top, you have the digital ones. Those are increasing more and more. And brands need to address this piece to make sure that the engagement with the customer is in the better way possible. Okay, that's the need. And what is Janela? We have the product. We have a digital fingerprint. We have different technologies to embed the fingerprint into the product. And then Janela is a platform that connects the physical instance of the product with the digital profile of this product. Okay, and we are going to see that in detail next. Okay, let's give this example. Okay, this is a product, there's a customer interacting with the product, and the kind of interaction that the customer is expecting is completely different if the customer is at the store. Maybe they want to have product information, maybe they want to have a promotional code, than when the same interaction is happening at home. If the customer is not in the store and is having the product at home, most likely he wants to know how to use the product, how to take care of the product, these other kind of things. So both are part of the product profile, but the customer is interested on different things on each situation. So this digital platform allows to decide which kind of contents are relevant for the customer when they interact with the product. Okay, this is what this platform is. Let's go a bit more in detail. Okay, so we have the platform. We have a lot of attributes of this product. Sometimes it's during the manufacturing process, supply chain, product itself. Okay, not all of them would be visible for the customer, but then the platform, according the customer identity, according the location, according different business rules, this customer, when he interacts with the product, will receive different information. Okay, so this platform is what is deciding what information to show, and in this case, the brand owner could decide the rules that apply to these contents and decide what to show in the customer in each situation. It's more or less clear that? Okay, on top of that, the brand owner is going to receive all kind of metrics on those interactions. Okay, it's going to be some dashboards, how this product has been interacted in a certain location compared with another, how this interaction ends up with the sales. Okay, and then this is very powerful information for the marketing departments on those brand owners. Okay, so this is an example of what could happen in a food supply chain. Now is a very sensitive topic. Okay, you have the different instances. The product follows from the farm or ranch, the processor, distribution center, distributor, retail store, and consumer. Okay, so you can have interactions at different levels, your partners, or even the customer at the end. Okay, and of course, there is a traceability feature behind that goes across the whole supply chain. Of course, most of this information that is happening in the digital world is now supported by secure technologies, like, for example, blockchain. So it means that when the product is evolving, more attributes will be linked to the digital profile of this product in a secure way. Okay, but you need always to connect with the physical instance of the product. Okay, so there is something on inventory accuracy, which is more on the supply chain. There's something on expiration dates. And the results that we could have with this, digital identity of the product is an increase on consumer confidence. The customer could know where this meat has been produced, in which maize, how they go, the animals. You could have a better recall management. Okay, if you have to call back something that is in your retail or distribution channel, and you need to recall back, you can better manage that. Okay, you can also reduce the wastage because you can control very well the expiration dates with this visibility. Okay, so you can make sure that the product is sold and consumed before the expiration date. Okay, and at the end is an improvement of the consumer experience and the throughput of the business. Okay, so which are the two technologies available today to trigger this access from the customer to the digital profile. Basically, printed QR codes and NFC tags. So the difference is in NFC tag, you just have to tap the tag. On QR, you have to take a picture of the QR. Sometimes, it's not reading very well. So it's more time consuming. It's not so easy to use, okay? And also it's taking part of your branding area. There's a part of the product that is used for the QR barcode. NFC could be inserted in the packaging on the label, so it's not taking any part of the branding available. And also, it's easier to use. Still some concerns on the iPhone platforms because they have some limitations. By propose, Apple is limiting the access to the NFC readers on the smartphones. But apparently, last week they released iOS 13, and most of the barriers will be overcome. Okay, about NFC, just to make sure that there is no confusion here, on the RFID umbrella, we have NFC technologies, close proximity, and all smartphones has NFC readers today. UHF Variant RFID is long distance read range, but today we don't have those readers available in our smartphones. Okay, so we cannot use that for customer interaction. We could use that for supply chain management, inventory management, but not for customer interaction. Okay, said that, that we already mentioned. NFC is just the trigger to bring the physical instance of the product to the digital profile that is living in the cloud. Okay, so the idea is to have the similar thing that we have as a human beings. Okay, so we have a physical body and we have our profile in the net. We have our professional profile in LinkedIn. We have our personal profile in other networks. We could have our profile with our administration. Okay, so everything is linked to us too, and then we have to make the connection according different instances. Okay, so over here, this is different marketing tools that the brands have to interact with customers, TV, billboards, product placement, which is how the product is arranged in the retail store, and the package itself. The important thing is long time, because you keep the product for not just on the sales side, but you also can bring it home. It continues interact with you, and it's a low cost compared with the other ones. Okay, this is why all the brands are looking into this piece as a very attractive to have this customer engagement. Okay, as I said, the product itself and the packaging is the only owned media from the brand. They can make whatever they want and use it the best way to get this customer engagement. And the beauty of NFC that is really easy to integrate on the actual packaging, actual labeling. Typically it's inserting or laminating on the label or the flexible packaging. There's different ways and means of doing that. These are some of these use cases. Okay, you can bring your product to the social media because your customer just tapping the product could very easily share his experience with this product. It also can support you giving information about the product, how the product is made. It's bio, it's not bio, where it has been growing. It could give you also some reordering capabilities. When you exit or you finish your product and you want a new one, you can just tap and you can assist the customer to place a new order for this finished product. It's also a tool that can be used for brand protection. Okay, it's an authentication tool. You can use also for registration and loyalty programs. Okay, you cannot to enter the serial number of your TV. You just tap the tag on your TV, and automatically you launch the web page of the TV manufacturer with the serial number. You just say okay, and you are registered. Also, from product usage, also some gaming. There's some interactive gaming that you use. Mattel did a new game that using some small figurines with NFC tags, and they just interact with the game, reading the usage of those figurines. And finally, also can be used for, at the end of the life of the product, how to recycle it, how to donate that to a charity organization, for example. These are the typical use cases that have been explored by the brand owners. Okay, so that we already mentioned. What is the benefits of this technology versus others like QR barcodes? I'm going a bit for the new future, okay? So today, the experience that we have on NFC for brand interaction, customer interaction, are based on either premium products with a certain level of price or limited time promotions. Jameson is doing some promotion on St. Patrick's Day, okay, but it's limited one day. Malibu also did some summer promotions, and the others it's more on more expensive products. But we see that some of the consumer goods are out of this scope, and we want to make this technology accessible to a broader range of products. That's why Avery Dennison invested in this technology. We invested in a startup company in Cambridge called Pragmatic. And what they are developing is what is called a Flex IC. This is a new semiconductor technology. It's not based on traditional silicon-based chips, where you have to build a wafer of pure silicon, which is very expensive, and then building up the chip on top of this structure. In that case, we take just a thin polyamide. This is a wafer of this kind of chips. It's very thin. It's 1/10 of the thickness of this one. It's flexible, and the most important thing that is very it's much cheaper than this other technology. So with that, we expect to bring NFC to more cheap products, being able to not just limited to this range of products. Okay, so I think more or less we already mentioned that. It's thinner than human hair. It's about 10 micron thickness, very flexible. You can integrate very easily with the packaging. Okay, and we expect a reduction of about 80-90% of the actual cost of NFC, which is substantial. Okay, so this is our partnership. What is bringing these top companies is all the electronic technology. And in our side from Avery Dennison is the industrial processes to make that in a large scale and convert these chips in inlays. And also the go-to-market under existing relationships with the packaging and labeling industry. Okay, this is why it's not only funding the startup, it's also sharing know-how. This is another example. It's completely in the opposite side of the pragmatic experience. This is Williot, and this is based on also a strategic investment from Avery Dennison. This is all based on passive Bluetooth. So it's embedding a Bluetooth element in a label or packaging, okay? This technology is a kind of complementary technology for the existing RAIN RFID, okay? Here, typically, we will have more functionality, maybe sensing capabilities, okay? We will have the benefit of extensive network of Bluetooth readers. You have Bluetooth readers in your car, in your TV, everywhere you have Bluetooth readers. So it's more chances to make your products to interact with this smart devices. Okay. So this is how it works. These chips are harvesting energy for all kind of waves that are around. You can take GSM mobile radio waves. You can have Wi-Fi radio waves, Bluetooth radio waves. So it's taking energy for the environment and using this energy to work. There is no battery inside. Okay? And then we have this specific electronics that is using a very low power electronics and makes it possible to work just with this small amount of energy that the antenna is able to get from the air. And then, of course, this element through the Bluetooth connection could interact with your smartphone, with your router at home, with different devices, even your lighting device, lighting system at home. So it's plenty of combinations because you have plenty of Bluetooth interfaces. Okay, this is in the other range. It's more expensive than actual RFID, but give you more functionality and more variability of use cases. Okay, so what is our value of this strategic partnership? Again, is how to convert this chip into an inlay that could be made in certain volumes at a reduced cost. Also, the go-to-market strategy, how to promote that. This is quite new. The company was founded in 2017. So, and we start our relationship at the beginning of this year. So it's a quite new thing, but we already have some working prototypes. So it's probably the next future to come, and it's still exploring what could be the use cases. Also, partnering in this startup is companies like Samsung, Amazon, Qualcomm, and Merck. So those other companies also are funding this startup, and this could be more maybe the other extreme for the future. Okay, so what we talk about for these connected products is a platform that allows the connection of the physical instance with the digital profile of the product. We also talk about traditional NFC, what is being used today, with some cost limitations on some range of products. And we also talk about this pragmatic technology that will lower the cost and allow to be applied this technology on larger number of products. And by the way, we already have functional chips with that, with a prior version that is not fully NFC compatible, but is HF. And we expect to have the first NFC chips probably beginning of 2020. Okay, so it's close, let's say next future, not long time. And Williot, with this battery-free Bluetooth, that is more likely to be further in the time scale, okay? But it's also very promising technology. And we believe that part of this technology then could be also replicated on traditional UHF, on NFC, and other existing technologies. And that's it on my side. I just try to condense a bit to have some time for discussion. And after the Q&A session, we organize a tour. One of our partners that are manufacturing machines for the insertion operations, encoding operations, QC, and I think it's going to be also a practical vision of how you could convert those kind of inlays in a finished intelligent labels. So with that, we could start with a question you could have.
Any questions?
Oh, really tired.
Hi, good afternoon. Just a quick question. So basically you can connect your cell phone to the NFC chip or Bluetooth chip and whatsoever. Could you also tap into all of the metrics that are being used by your cell phone? For example, the GPS system, the time at which it is scanned. So what type of data can you pull out from the other end again once the product is consumed or scanned? Or
So the point is, that depends of the user.
Yeah.
If a user, let's say that this technology only triggers the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you allow to share your location,
Yeah.
the application for the brand could ask where are you located. Maybe it's asking your name. Okay, but then it's just your decision if you want to share this kind of information. What could be done is roughly location, because tracing the GSM network, you can know and you can trace the ID of your phone. You don't know who is owning the phone, but you know this is phone number A.
Yeah.
Okay, with this information, you can know in which environment you are moving. Are you in a store? Are you at home? Okay, but if you want to have more detailed information, you can ask the customer, could you share your location? If you share, then you have more things and you have could interact more in depth. Yeah.